Alright, we are now officially alive again. Let's get this game running. Okay, it should be showing up on the screen, but it's not. Oh, there we go. Alright, so, like the title states, we are doing a naked brutality run with Randy Random. Losing is fun. Hmm. I wonder, should we do reload anytime mode or commitment? Commitment. Okay, you know what? I am not able to pronounce things today. Hmm. Alright, we'll do commitment mode, I guess, for this run. We're gonna randomize C, do 100% global coverage. We're gonna add rough outlanders. And then fierce tribe, and then nudist tribe. You would think for adding an additional faction, they would make it that more factions can be added, theoretically. Alright, with that, let's click, well, let's randomize a little bit more, and click generate. And yeah. So, as you guys who were in last time we streamed this, we wasted basically an hour of our time because we died to a tiger. However, I chose a pawn that would normally be good for a normal game. However, they sucked in terms of starting out from nothing. So what we're going to do this time is... Oh, is this 100 world coverage? Yeah, it is. Let's do what we did last time. Look at basin. Because one thing to note, basins are uh, basically kind of like very nice locations, I want to say. This one's near a hostile faction. That one's kind of near hostile faction. Hmm. No. The hardest part is finding one that sounds good. With hopefully like a trading target. We might just go with this one, maybe. Let's take a look. So its growing period is 30 out of 60 days. And it's a temperate forest. Pollution is 0, it looks like. So let's do that. And then we're going to load our doctrine that we created for this game. Well, this game run called the Arctic Doctrine. So it's basically transhumanistic with a bunch of like techno words and whatnot. Okay, but first, let's take a look. Hmm. Let's take a look here. Okay, construction is really bad for her. but she's industrialist and ascetic, I believe that's called. Oh, okay. All right, so Maria here sounds like a potentially good character. Industrialist and ascetic means she prefers just to eat raw food, which she might be stuck doing for a little bit. She's decent at melee, so we could give her like a knife potentially. Well, good as in her passion for it. Mining, she's kind of bad with it, but can't complain kind of skill. Cooking, she has small passion. Plants is the big one here. She has level 10 and a burning passion. Same with crafting and passion. So I think we are going to take her. Due to the fact that she might be able to get some food growing. Unless if it starts us in, winter. Alright, taking a look at this basin. It's a lot more isolated, to say the least. Because I could build like a fortifications here, and fortifications here, and have it completely defended otherwise. Okay, where's she dropping in? Alright, right there. So we'll tell her to cut some trees, then harvest some berries in the local area. And it seems most of the fertile land's over here, so we might want to build our base a little over here. That way she's closer to the, harvest zone. I think since she's one person, I don't really need to make a big zone right now. Maybe I'll expand it after she does the work. Okay, so it seems she is prioritizing this first. No biggie. Wow, it's been a week without Rimworld and I'm already forgetting how to play it. Alright, well, I think we can just kind of repurpose this destroyed room for her bedroom. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So this can be her little home where she can stay safe from relatively a lot of raids, because the raids probably aren't going to want to go in the water, so we could create like a little kill spike there. Okay, recreation, place one right there. Furniture. I don't know why, it's been such a short duration of time, yet I kind of forgot how to play, almost. Seems weird. Okay, I'm increasing her priority for plant cutting. And growing. That way she will focus on getting some food for the night. The only downside to this map that I'm seeing is there's basically no plants to harvest. So we will need to go in I'll find it eventually. Okay, no. It's only been a week and I forgot where everything is. Crafting spot. We'll create a crafting spot there. Then a butcher spot right next to it. Going to have her pick up some heal root. Hello, Jack Reaper. How are you? Oh. Oh, right. She didn't complete the bed. I'm doing alright. All things considered. Just trying to manage one of these survival runs, but clearly I'm not that good at it. Crafting spot. Let's do a short bow. She's kind of bad when it comes to such items, but having her have a bow will enable her to be able to hunt and get food. She botched that construction. She botched it again. Well, we're doing a naked brutality run, so she's kind of like the only person we have right now. Because we just started the run, because last run, things didn't go so well, to say the least. Gazelles won't fight back? Okay, good. She sucks at aiming. She really is missing every single shot. I don't believe it. Oh no, I believe it. Looking at her skill, 0. Well, since we can't do that, let's just make it easy and queue up everything. Because maybe she'll get lucky with one of the smaller targets. Or I could give her a blade and tell her to melee attack. But there are some berry bushes in this area that I actually did not notice. So I'm gonna tell her to queue these up. No, she can do them. Yeah! Yeah, she definitely cooked. But that's the point of naked brutality. It's kind of meant to just punish you. Out of everyone, she was the best survival choice due to the fact her planting skills really good. Once we get our first harvest of rice, we won't be in the danger zone when it comes to food. Just, no, mate. I think that's a little too big for expansion, especially so early in the game. Yeah, I plan on doing that, but first I'm trying to get the food situation fixed, because since we can't get any food by hunting, because clearly she's very incapable of that, so just harvesting some berries there. Yeah, because as you can tell, she's incapable of shooting even the biggest targets, like Stormtrooper aim. Well, it looks like she got one hit on it. But yeah, a little before you came in, I mentioned, since this is a basin, there's only a few entrances, so I'm planning on building some defenses. Eventually. Well, yeah, a better bow would help, but her crafting skill is pretty low, so she's gonna have to deal with the poor quality bow for now. What's that? No. Okay. But yeah, her skills, they're all over the place. Melee is her burning passion, however, you cannot hunt with a melee weapon. Uh, Crafting, she's burning passionate, however, she's only has 5. Um, Plants is where she's strong at. So once the rice plants grow, they're already at half. Oh, we self-tamed a turkey. We're going to slaughter it. Cargo. It's a bunch of skulls. Huh. You know, I think that's the most Randy random event I've gotten yet. Since I started playing Randy Random. It's always like that much of skulls. Oh, she can't even build spikes yet. Oh my goodness. Well, then I'll tell her to... Okay, the turkey got a disease already. That was, kind of quick. Tell her to slaughter it. Yeah, no, like, the turkey literally got a plague right when it self-tamed. Oh, a grizzly bear got to it. Which means the bear's going to try eating it. Gonna wait for the bear to eat up, and then try taking it. Oh, it doesn't even have a health bar to kind of gauge how hungry it is or not. Okay, donkeys. Okay, I guess we have 2 donkeys to eat. Alright, the fallen monolith. Oh, right. I forgot on the butcher spot to actually tag butcher animals. Okay, cannot haul it because there's no decimal spot. Alright. Yeah, so some of our rice is already over, like, pretty good in terms of that. Crafting spot, I believe we can now make a travelware at least, right? No, we need a little bit more. Prioritize donkey. Why am I getting so many self-tames? Like, now I have a alpaca. So I can now queue up some tribal wear. Okay, with that, once the rice completes, we should be good on food for a little bit. But we need wood to get something built up. But maybe I should also make like a club. Which one's better? Oh, knife can only be made out of steel. If we do that, damage per second is 6.5 for a knife. While for a club, if we do steel, it's 6. Okay, so making a knife would be a good decision. But yeah, I'm gonna have her deconstruct some of the steel over here. The hope for that being she'll be able to level up her building to level 3, which she's currently at level 1. Which means no spike traps for us, unfortunately. Okay, once that rice is complete, we're definitely in the good and clear. We're going to cancel the blueberries over here. Oh. Okay, ancient mech. I forgot we had a self-tame alpaca, so we're just gonna deal with that. And it will rot in 2.4 days, so if I'm not mistaken, it is possible to tell her. I forgot my line of sight. Uh, uh, forgot what I was going to say. Uh, Once it gets closer to rotting, I believe if we cut it, she'll be good to you cut it up and then it resets the cook timer, I believe. Well, thankfully that solar flare won't affect us right now, due to the fact that, of course, we do not have technology. Wait a minute. Oh, it requires 60 of fabrics and whatnot. Okay, so we might need to cut it up now, but a lot of the donkey meat will go bad by then. Okay, I guess she decided to cut it up anyways. I think temporary. We're going to remove her hunting skill, so she can focus on trying to build up her crafting, well, construction, more so. Okay, structures, wooden walls. Oh, we got rice already. Okay, so I think we don't need hunting anymore, because that will be so much food to last us, at least one individual character, a little bit of time. Maybe I should grow a patch of cloth to get some, like, normal clothing. Like, area like this. Set it to cotton plant. Then another zone like this for I've never actually used corn plants. However, its grow time is really bad. Maybe a little bit of heal root to grow as well. Because this area does have some good fertile land, so it would be stupid not to use it. Okay, furniture. No, it's in production. production. Okay, so we do need 80 steel, which we might be able to get enough from dismantling that building. However, I have a very strong sense that it will not. So let's queue up this. Uninstall these urns. Mechanoid signal. We'll tell them to be moved over here for the mood boost that we'll get from them. Oh, we can already get the grav engine? That seems really quick to get a grav ship. Unless if some of the mechanoids are still alive, of course. Oh, she gains a mood buff for her room being awful? Okay, I guess we're keeping her room awful then. But I do say I love her industrialist trait. I think I've only had it a few times on Colonist. Okay, so she's going back down to start building our little... Eventually will be a defensive position, but right now it's just kind of a... going to be a long hallway till we get construction 3. Which, looking at it, we got a lot of work ahead of us. It almost looks like there would be a room in here. And there probably is like a little, like, 2x3 room. Looking at it. Looks like Ashy Bloop started streaming. Maybe if she's still... Jeez, I am not able to talk correctly today. But when am I ever able to fully talk completely? Maybe if she is still streaming, by the time we end stream, we will raid her, maybe? Depends how stream goes, and if she's still streaming. This one might be a little weird to do. Okay, so like that, the entrance ways on the ground should be a little more thought out. Okay, this one's completed. She's about halfway with construction level 1. telling her to haul rice. I'm hoping by hauling the rice, it should hopefully make her prioritize eating. But it also seems when she wakes up, I probably should set her haul to second top priority due to the fact that it's basically going to rot outside. Deterioration. Same with the wood, but the wood can last longer. Alright, we got one of those scam texts, so let's just delete those real quick. You know, it's been a while since I've gotten those. Ambrosia sprout. Wow, that's a lot of ambrosia. Uh-oh. Okay, it's 2 guinea pigs. Let's go inside. Making a knife requires 30 steel. We're just a little short. So I'm guessing I'm gonna have to tell her to make a club and prioritize crafting one. Oh dear. Everything was going so good. Death by guinea pig. I don't think you're gonna make it. She's gonna die from bleeding due to those freaking guinea pigs. Hmm. Well then. Yeah, she's definitely a goner. Game over. If you wait out 8 hours, you can apparently gain new wanderers. Never seen that before. So maybe... Ah, shoot. I accidentally clicked that. I'm kind of curious what the whole wanderer thing... Yeah, it was quicker than last stream, but that's because Randy Random threw manhunters at us. So this is before she died, right? Wait, what? Wait a minute. I reloaded the permadeath save, but it's... It looks like it's before the manhunters came and attacked us? What? Yeah, no. I thought permadeath it only saved when you left the game. So I was going to see what the Wanderers did, but apparently it's a save before she died. But it's still between the times when I told her to be hauling stuff. I'm a little confused by that. Unless if it auto saves every morning of a day. Huh. Well, since I'm not... I don't really know how to feel about that. I think I'm just gonna accept it. And if she dies again, well, we can wait for the Wanderers to see what that is. Does it, like, spawn, like, a couple people of your ideology or whatnot? Yeah, because I do have it set to commitment mode, which means I should not be able to make saves. Yeah, no, if by looking here, there's no saves unless if I quit to main menu, and I have not quit to main menu. So, unless if it's saving, auto-saving every day, I do not know what to say. I'm, like, beyond dumbfounded. Okay, well, instead of manhunting rabbits or guinea pigs, it seems like we might have gotten something far worse. Flash, rainy thunderstorm. And it's right near the by our little base, so let's get that out. There we go. Wait, you can cook stuff on stoves? Campfires, I mean. I didn't know you could do that. But yeah, I'm thinking next stream, or when I ever get out of playing Rimworld, I might play Nuclear Nightmare. Which is basically, it's very, like, roughly similar to, like, of my knowledge of Lethal Company. I have never actually played Lethal Company. However, it's like, you go around alien-infested Arctic or Siberia, getting 10 notes of, like, signs of infection or something, completing a mission or something. Oh, she can't even construct a dining room table. I mean, the chair. Okay, so it definitely is a little too hot to have the campfire in the house, so we're going to build it right outside. I'm still very dumbfounded by the whole fact that there's still a save when there should not have been. Or maybe the game does that. I don't. Okay, we got a heat wave, which means we probably need to build a passive cooler in our little base so she doesn't die of heat stroke. But yeah, she's happy she has a terrible an awful bedroom. Which, it's giving us a mood buff right now. Which I won't complain about that. Cloth will take forever. But when that's all done and said, you should be able to make good clothing for winter. I'm like, a little confused. Why is December berry considered summer? Because December, at least in my part of the world, is wintertime. While April to May... Yeah, like July and August being winter? Oh, it's local seasons for quadrums. Okay, that's why it was so confusing to me. Oh dear, she's about to develop heat stroke. Okay, I built a passive cooler, which should slowly bring down her room. Hopefully? Okay, yeah, it's definitely working. Not enough to be considered refrigerated, but cold enough for it to work. Which reminds me, since we're not tribals, we can actually build wind turbines. Or wood-fired generators. Which maybe I should do that. There's a compact machinery vein right there, so we can mine that. There's also gold ore vein. Compact steel over there, so we can mine that up. Eventually, when she gets to it. Alright. Like that, all the, like, well, 2 of the 3 are fully completed of the tunnel things. If we are able to get to 3, good. I could probably tell her to some simple meals. Do until you have, let's say, 2. Oh, War of Fortune. A freeholder of the Broken Dominion is making a request of you. Imps from Flameholm have been harassing her caravans in the area. A challenge message. So it will contain one imp that's a hunter. I could accept for a baseliner to join. I'm trying to remember. Do they only arrive after the quest or before? Let's see. Okay, I think it might be after. which should give us some time to make a knife. We tell her to prioritize deconstructing these, at least. Alright, that got her to construction level 2. So tell her to prioritize making that knife. In case if any other shenanigans pop up later. Oh. I think ship parts drop steel and components, so I believe we can cancel the mining. At least for now. Oh yeah, especially with the knife, she'll give them a good old shank. Hopefully. But since they're imps, they can breathe fire. Which, if I had a little bit more plain leather, I would be able to handle. Squirrels give light leather. What about guinea pigs? Oh dear. We got the Manhunter pack that killed us the first time. Oh, they already know where we are. They're coming straight for us. Here I thought I was able to escape death. Turns out, no. They just were waiting to hunt me down. Well, maybe if I stay... Tell them to hold the door open. Hide there. So they might be able to deal with them one-on-one, maybe? Okay. First one's dead. Second one's dead. Okay, good. Okay, where is it? Oh, I'm thinking differently. Self-tend. Tell her to tend to herself. And we'll make a little dump zone right there. Hide it. Allow rotten corpses. So it seems like using that strategy, we were able to beat the man-hunting guinea pigs. I think you want to haul that so your house isn't stinking with the dead. What do guinea pigs produce? Fur. Okay. So looking at the quest, 4 days we got. Well, technically 3 days we have till they come and attack. So we have some time to prepare. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna take undisallow that and prioritize hauling that. Because if I can take that corpse from the grizzly bear, I'll be able to butcher it. And it doesn't mind that I took it because I don't know, it was probably full at this point. Now you will finally have tribal wear, which it's better than being without clothes, especially when you're dealing with people who breathe fire. Oh, does she not want to wear it? Going into this, I should tell her to carry 1 herbal medicine. 2 herbal medicines on her. Tell her to... Well, I'll wait till she wakes up, because maybe she will equip it automatically. Otherwise, I'll have to tell her to do it. Okay, yep, she put it on. So she won't have the forced to wear debuff. Alright, with that, the little zones are completed. Okay, yeah, it gives steel and components. And of my knowledge, deconstructing is one of the best ways to level up crafting. As you can tell, it's just zooming up. So we might get construction level 3 before the imps come. Or that's the hope. Anyways. I'm just telling her to deconstruct a lot of things. And I'm going to prioritize growing a little bit higher than construction, so she can hopefully get some food before winter time. Don't know why she hasn't done that already. Oh, all that was ready to be harvested, I guess. It's just she's... Yeah! Construction 3 before GTA is crazy. The funny thing about it is we might get what's the game? We might get Crusader Kings 3 all above heaven before we get GTA 6. We might get the whole map of Asia added to Crusader Kings 3 before we get GTA 6. Which will be definitely crazy. Maybe the mods for Old World Blues from the Hearts of Iron 4 mod will finally have all their map expansions by then. That's the only reason I haven't played it. I've been stuck playing Millennial Dawn, which is basically like a modern day economic simulator. It's alright, I guess, but I don't like playing as super nations. Okay, we have a war merchant, so that might be worth checking out. If I am seen right, there... Oh. Okay, so... the monolith's trying to mess with Maria. We could sell the short bow since it is poor quality, but we can't really buy anything because since they're a war merchant, they won't accept food or urns or anything like that. Darn. We don't need that quest. I wonder, will deconstructing this give her construction XP? It does not look like it. Oh, that's pretty sad. I was hoping... You know, one thing I'm very disappointed about in Vanilla Rimworld, since this is Vanilla Rimworld, is ancient structures don't give you stuff. Like ancient barrels, you would expect it to give you a little bit of steel at least, right? Oh shoot, the imps are going to be coming soon. And since I've had her focused on growing, she is not ready at all for it. Okay, tell her to prioritize deconstructing the stuff down here. Since it's sandstone, it will take longer to dismantle. Which means more XP while doing it. But if the war merchant's here by time the imp arrives, they will fight it for us. Okay, she's not doing so great due to the fact we just kind of were not taking care of her at all. Because I was trying to farm that XP. Ah, they're leaving. And the imp arrives in about half a day. And Maria has gotten food poisoning. Wait, rice is dangerous to people that eat? I never knew that. Oh, this is going to be really bad for her. Oh, that's right. Eating raw food makes people sick. Except if they're pigskins. I believe they're called. Alright. That raid is... Okay, they got a bow. And looking at it, they suck at melee. So if we're able to get them to come up to our door, we might be able to deal with them, besides the fact they, you know, can fire spew. Maybe they'll target the alpaca first. Yeah, no, you won't be able to cook that rice, I don't think. Okay. Where's dude going? Oh, he decided to just start fire to my wooden defenses. That's a very nice thing of you to do. Come on, dude, that's not nice. Oh, right, he has a bow. Come on. He literally set, like, most of my food supply on fire, besides the stuff we have in storage. Why is he just standing there menacingly? If it wasn't for the food poisoning, I would be able to... Oh, I'm really worried. Ah, no, they're kidnapping Maria. Maria, no! I mean, the quest technically gives us a new person, right? Yes. Alright, so we got this guy. He's of Nova faith. So... Huh. That's not exactly what I want, though. I want, you know, my doctrine. This guy sucks at almost everything. He's a teetotaler. So, he hates drugs. And he's a gourmet and lazy. Wow, this guy is really terrible. I can't believe we fought for him to join. However, he has clothes, so there is that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to tell him that he can do everything manually now. They literally kidnapped my main character in this run. This guy's literally useless. However, maybe we can get some of his horrid, horrid abilities a little bit better. Via the same method we were trying to train Maria to get some spike traps. However, it sounds like we will have a way of rescuing her. So hopefully when we get that, it's when we are prepared to be able to fight and rescue her. Yeah, he's not happy about the room because it's awful. Oh, he's not gaining the debuff yet. Oh no, he's got the debuff. I mean, maybe someone will fall from the sky that's able to be recruited. That's at, or able able to be recruited. He's incapable of nothing, so that's good. However, it seems like he definitely is prioritizing construction over planting, even though they're the same priority limit. Alright, he's finally got to construction number 2. I am still very angry about that, by the way. War merchant. I'm increasing priority for planting because the heal root, it can be harvested right now. Oh, we got a visitor and a war trader. They are not willing to buy anything, so we'll get rid of the bow. Oh, we cannot start a fire because we don't have wood. And he can't cut a tree quickly even. Oh, this is killing me. This is like the first stream that we played this. Damn, they don't have anything good. I canceled cutting down the tree for nothing. But it should be enough wood to be able to start up the campfire again. If he doesn't have a mental break due to malnutrition. Did they pity me and drop 4 silver on the ground? No, it's because I sold the bow. Alright, we have a manhunter pack of 2 crows. However, I think the merchants might still be here by the time they attack. Yep. But yeah, this should be enough medical supplies to last one individual, like, probably half a year to a year, given the amount. But yeah, planting is now not so great due to the fact we do not have a good farmer because Maria was kidnapped quite rudely. How much silver, metal? Okay, we have enough. We can't even build any of these because we don't have the construction skills for it. Who would have thunk? But like the game said, we might be able to get a quest to rescue Maria in the coming days/years. Right, and then tell him to haul this components, since the components are starting to degrade pretty badly. Well, we finally got our cloth harvest. However, the reason we needed it, well, we can't worry about that anymore. Yeah. So, once pulls around, we're probably going to focus on leveling up his construction so we can build some spikes. That way, if we take another quest to get a random recruit and all that, we won't have our main character of the run getting kidnapped. Because now we have this person that can't even farm right. However, the amount of rice that was harvested before Maria got kidnapped should be hopefully enough to last him maybe throughout winter. Because he's botching almost every harvest. It actually pains me to watch this. Cache of treasures? Wait. What is this? Go juice impervious? Does that literally just make people impervious to getting addiction on go juice? Or does it just make them incapable of getting sick from go juice? Or, no. Like, I mean, words are not coming to me right now. You think they would, but they are not. All the rice is ready to be harvested, but he can't harvest it quick enough. Oh no, not a food binge. He's just going to get food poisoning. You know, I'd prefer a mental break that makes him change ideology. Because our doctrine, technically it's still the main doctrine of our colony, however, I know that's not the case. Due to the fact, if we look at our characters, the only person here is following the space station ideology, which is not good when you're on Earth, like planet. Wait a minute, we have some sandstone bricks, do we not? Flooring, if we go to... we don't eat... we can make flagstone. What does that do? Okay, it doesn't add beauty. It's tiles that add 1 beauty. But it requires level 3. If you could get out of your mental state, that'd be really great. Oh, thank goodness. Right? You know, out of all the Naked Brutality runs, this has been the longest one so far. And the only reason for that is the fact that the permadeath save was a little before the Manhunter pack actually came to fight us. I'm a little confused by that still, but I mean, it kind of worked out because we survived a little bit longer till we ended up losing our main character, and now we have Rent here, which... Can we change his name? Hello, Pengu. I think I'm just going to name him Ren. There we go. But yeah, as you can see, I kind of forgot I had it enabled, but people are able to play Crab Rave for 0 bits, I guess. I think I made a mistake when I was setting up sound alerts for people following, because I won't hear that like half the time, but that I actually didn't know it could work for normal viewers. The more you know. Seeing all these harvests botched is killing me. If we had Maria, this would not be happening. But no, she got kidnapped by the guy that shot her. Because she got food poisoning, so she... Yeah, I mean, you could. Child and imps? A child wants to join. Oh, it's a waster. Wasters we will not accept. Did I hear a howl from the game? I didn't know animals could howl. Huh. More you know. But there's no animals that feel like it would be able to howl. And then you have turtle. I wonder if it... Maybe I should do a tribal run. Because apparently only tribals are capable of interacting with these special types of trees. Ninma trees. I've never actually used them, if I'm being honest. But that's because I never played a real tribal run. looks like he's going to go to sleep, of course. I'm gonna tell him to quickly clean up the room, though. But once we get construction level 3, I want to redo the floor so it's not awful. Because for our first character, that was perfect. That was perfectly fine, having an awful room due to the fact she enjoyed it almost like a masochist. But he does not like it so much. Yeah, he gains a pretty bad debuff from eating raw food. However, he still has, for less than a day, the 40 plus mood buff. And the extremely low expectations. And I probably forgot to mention it, but we got a psychic soothe for men. So Ren here is going to be in a decent mood, hopefully, for a little bit. I think since we don't have our main person, we're going to shrink the grow zone. Otherwise, he'll never be able to fully plant everywhere. Which does suck, but we're kind of stuck with that, unfortunately. Hate that I have to manually tell him, yeah, you know, the rice you will be eating during winter, can you bring that in so you don't starve to death? And he's like, what is that? I think rice will almost stop growing in a few days. Because if we go to the world map and click basin terrain, the growing period is till 6th of April, May. Which that's 5 days from now, I want to say. So we're almost through winter time. So any rice that's planted today or tomorrow, I believe, should be able to be harvested. Because rice has a very quick grow time of 3 days, so it would be whatever's planted today. I am still very mad about losing Maria. She had passions in all the right places for basic survival. This guy, he would be good only for being a cook or a leader or a moral guide. However, the gourmet and lazy trait, and I believe the teetotaler, is kind of very bad for us. I can banish him if I wanted to. I might banish him after we get additional colonists. But once we get additional colonists, he's probably going to be more of a bullet sponge. Because it would be a waste to let him just walk off alive. when he could be, serving the greater good. Can't believe I accepted a quest for Ren and not even a decent individual. If he had a passion in plants, it would be a little bit more bearable. But he is not. Wait, it's a 15-year-old? That would explain why it only said childhood and not adulthood. Which explains why the traits are so bad. Maybe I will look a little bit more better at the quest I accept. Because historical, War of Fortune, okay, it actually does not tell you that it was a child. Unless if I clicked on this, maybe? No, it just kind of gives the baseline work for it. Which is unfortunate. However, we deal, I guess. So looking at it, all this should hopefully be grown by time it comes to winter. So he should be able to start cutting down the trees very slowly. Oh right, we can install these now. Because we got a person who actually does not want the room to look like total uh, awfulness, to say the least. But yeah, for those who have more recently entered the chat, so the Naked Brutality run, we started with a character called a pawn started with the name Maria. Maria was skilled in everything planting animals, however, combat kind of very crubby. There was a quest from the Fallen Empire for fighting one imp hunter, and we would gain Ren here. I accept it. Right before the imp arrives, she develops food poisoning. So she gets downed because he has a bow while she has a knife. And I was trying to attack him, but she fell. The imp ended up kidnapping her, and Ren managed to walk off scot-free. Oh. Yeah, as much as I want a good person, I cannot do that. I don't I don't understand how people could not be friends with the Fallen Empire. Well, Shattered Empire, Fallen Empire. Basically the same thing. I just don't see myself ever going hostile with them. Is this gaining constructions? Very slowly, yes. But yeah, basically she got downed. Then the imp started kidnapping her. And right when they went off the map, I got the recruit. Because, technically I completed the quest. However, now I have a pawn that would be good in like a if the colony was already pre-established, like crash landed start or tribal or anything like that, they would be kind of like a decent combat, like, bullet sponge. Due to the fact that if they die, I don't care. I'm not connected to the pawn. The fact he is not of my custom-made ideology makes me upset. Because I can't even do anything of my ideology anymore. And I put so much work into it. However, hopefully we will be able to get some new people within, you know, the next coming days. Because we've already made it 26 days since arrival time. Which means about half a year we've survived without spike traps. Which is really shocking if I'm being quite honest. I might want to build like a small doorway there. I could try fishing. However, fishing is not that good of a thing. And I don't start with it, so I'd need to build a workbench. Okay, construction's almost at 2,000 of 3,000 needed to build spike traps. So we're almost there with being able to make sure we don't die again brutally. Like, oh, meteorite of sandstone. You know, it would have been perfect if it landed right here, blocking off this entry point. Okay, there we go. It's finally at construction 3. Which means let's go into security. And wooden spikes. Since wood is the most renewable resource here, we'll place 2 there. Probably like 2 there. Then we'll have to repair this again. And then we can cancel the deconstruction since we've gotten all the XP we need. Oh, the rice is already ready to harvest. Then we have a bulks trader coming in. The good thing with bulk traders, we might be able to sell some of the stone we have. Sell it off and then maybe buy some food or something. I'm not sure. The trader probably doesn't want anything that we could offer them. We can sell our plain leather and camel hide for a little bit of money. Apparent. Okay. Why do they have Labrador retrievers cut up and turned into meat? Why do they have almost 300 units of meat of it? I think they're eating the dogs. I'm a little concerned about that. I think someone should check up on the dogs, see how they're doing. No, we don't need to buy wood. We have more than enough on the current map. Okay, I think with that we'll just sell the hide just to get some silver. Cryosleep warriors. We are definitely not capable of fighting that, so we'll ignore that quest temporarily. What do you mean you can't build a chair? It requires construction level 4. That explains it. Here I thought it required level 3, but no, it does not. It requires more. Okay, we're able to do that much of the room. To add one beauty tile to it. Then today should be the last day of harvest. Right. So I do think this might be enough food to last him maybe halfway into winter. Hopefully. We'll probably, you know, stop feeding this fire and place the fire inside to generate heat inside the base. We'll probably end up doing a little bit of a mountain base, given how the map currently is laid out. Oh, they left us money. They must have felt bad for us looking like we're living in a homeless area. Not again. This is the second time he's gone on a food binge since he got here. If I'm not mistaken, the gourmand kind of makes it that he wait a minute. I think it's the gourmand trait that's causing him to break, because he was at a low breaking point. Huh. Well, that's disappointing. So we definitely cannot rely on him that much. However, unfortunately for us, he's the only colonist we have. I should have never took that deal. I should never taken that quest, because now we're trapped with a horrible pawn. Versus the decent pawn that we had. Well, since we're here, let's actually take a look at the Nova Faith. So, it's a shipborne ideology, and it believes in embodied thesis. The temperature tough, that's at least the only positive I will say. That and being indoors, they prefer. But overall, it's kind of a bad thing, I must say. Their relics are like one-time use psychic pulsars. In their venerated animals, an armadillo. Eh. I mean, in terms of auto-generated, I think it's okay-ish. I kind of like my design more. Okay, apparently we're still able to harvest. On the map it said we should should not be able to harvest right now, but, well, plant. Growing period being 6. Oh, at the 6. Okay, that's what I got confused about. I thought it said the 5th for some reason, even though that doesn't line up really. Is it just me, or did this screen turn like a hazy color? It looks like it kind of like turned into like a sort of light haze, like a kind of a filter. Maybe I'm just going blind, or maybe it's the weather. Oh, yes, it is the weather. Fog. It sounds pretty obvious now that I say it, but I am quite oblivious, clearly. But this should definitely be enough food to last him. Maybe. Maybe not. Especially with him botching so much of the plants. I think he leveled up like once or twice since he came here with plants. Which is good because plants are directly also connected to cutting down trees. Which we just so happen to need a lot of wood to get those spikes started. I can build a little wooden door there and a wooden door there. That way we are able to access the spikes. Okay, psychic drone for men, which means wrench. I'm sorry, a what? Oh, it's Twitch, a 50-year-old that's able to psychically slaughter someone. I'm scared. Looking at them, they have a void fascination. I feel like I need to accept them. However, their eyes are gone. Let's talk to them. The mangled stranger stares at you with empty eyes and speaks in a broken voice. She claims to have escaped from a terrible cult and begs to join your colony. Animals are skittish around Twitch. She has an unnatural power to deform the flesh of living creatures, causing them to erupt into piles of twisted meat. She claims to use her gifts only to butcher animals, but it's clear she could easily butcher a person. She may be very useful, but you also sense she's not telling you something. This might kill our run, but we'll accept her. Yeah, our main ideology is no longer our custom ideology. Yeah, it just does. It's basically a dead ideology like astroethics and stellar fieldsism. But if we rescue Maria eventually in the future, we'll definitely try converting everyone. I'm just going to give her the same jobs as the others. Oh, she does not like hunting, so we'll disallow that. Alright. we should name our faction. You know, if we had Maria, I would have had probably the perfect ideology name. Let's... I kind of forgot what the planet name was. You know, since I usually base my factions off of certain, like, already kind of like determined video game factions. I usually have one on the top of my head. Like when we did the basically nuclear wasteland, we did Vault-Tec. So we named ourselves Vault-Tec. Now I'm kind of out of names when it comes to colonies. Hmm. None of these sound good. What are these names? I've never seen such weird decisions with names. Are we able to change settlement names once they've been chosen? I don't think so. Which kind of makes this all the more stressful to pick the right name. Let's go for... yes. There was a like a randomized one that I kind of liked. But now I kind of randomized a little too much that I do not see it. Okay, I guess we'll just name our settlement Basin Settlement. Because it's a settlement inside of a basin. How basic can that get? Very more basic. Now for our coalition... that one does... It caught my attention. It caught my attention. We could name ourselves the Eastern Basin Federation, I guess. But we're not always going to be in basins, I think. We'll still name ourselves that. Very bad chosen names, I know. Yeah, I don't think there's any options to change your faction once you've landed. Yeah, it's fine, it's fine. I should not overthink stuff like this, otherwise it just ruins the fun. However, Zoya Twitch does have the special passion for mining, cooking, and melee. And animals, strangely. I just really hope Twitch isn't the person that betrays us. Oh. Ren has developed gut worms. Things are just not going so great, are they? maybe prioritize hauling for Twitch. That way they will grab stuff quicker. Yeah, as you can tell, since it's past April, May 6th, it's the growth modifier is not so good. Alright, we got a raid. It's one guy. However, we have no defenses there. So we'll draft you. Then we'll draft you. Let's take a look at this guy. Smoke leaf dependencies. It's a waster, isn't it? No, it's a baseliner, actually. Okay, I looked at the melee and was going to consider it, however, Pyromaniac. I don't really like that. So, Ren, go back to work. Twitch, we're going to use your Psychic Slaughter. Why you running? Well, good job, Twitch. You probably did the one good thing with your special abilities, turning a random man into, well, a finely grained paste. Okay, we do have that hold in, so I think it's time to finally put the campfire indoors. Yeah, it's definitely out of season now. Everything's dying due to winter time. A little shame, a bit of a shame that that happened already, but it's fine. Oh, shoot. Oh, he's not allowed to self-tend. He should probably get rid of his gut worms first, we think. However, since we do have someone now, we can possibly start cleaning up, like, a bit of the organization of the base. And we finally got a stool, which means we can finally not have people complaining, oh, I didn't eat with a table, so now I'm gonna have a mental break and destroy everything you know and love. But looking at it, oh, okay, I think I have to go into structures to kind of get the outlay. So I can dig relatively somewhat deep in the hill top to well, build our base. So this might just be kind of like a randomized room, eventually turned into like a defensive position. I said I said that like a couple streams ago when I was playing the Mechanoid playthrough, playing as Vault Tech, long before the Odyssey update. However, it was the Odyssey update that caused me to get back into Rimworld. So, wait a minute. The water's turning into sand? Is that... I wonder... No, the sand was definitely still there. It's just... It's becoming more apparent to me now. Why did Randy decide 53 skulls is definitely something I need? I don't even... You know, I think I've only gotten skulls from cargo pods from Randy Random. I've never had it any other game. Tantrum. Yeah, destroy the skulls for all I care. As long as you don't do anything in the base, we're fine. He's doing something in the base, huh? Good thing we don't have chem fuel. Okay, and by doing this, it'll heat up the indoors. Apparently, the indoors is so cold, meat is considered frozen. At least till, you know, we start actually heating it up, then it's considered refrigerated, which rice can last basically a full year refrigerated. You know, I would have thought the spikes would have been completed by now, but I guess not. How big is the room? So it's about 12 tiles with height-wise. And then 8 tiles width. So a pretty good area, I want to say. Cold snap is over. Cancel. Wait. Right. So we planned out a room that we will possibly make like the refrigeration room. Appa's forced weather. Foggy rain for 17 days. I do like this idea of a great bow. Void sculpture? Yeah, the great bow is really good. It's a masterwork, which means it must have some customized broadhead arrows, damage modifier of 30%. Wow. Okay, I think it might be worth picking that. Because we already can't harvest during wintertime, so it it shouldn't harm us. Hmm. Beauty is 180 for a void sculpture? That sounds too good to be true. But we will put one in the current bedroom, and then we'll have which. Well, we'll have Ren pick up the great bow. Where is the great bow? Was I bamboozled? No, it was right in front of me. When I say I'm blind, I mean I really am blind. I am not able to see anything correctly. Jeez. Here I thought I was, like, okay-ish blind, but no, I'm far worse than that. I feel like a void sculpture would cause anything to blow up. I feel like it has a bad omen. How big could I make this room if I want everything to match? Okay, so I could create a very small room here if I wanted it to match the main room. Looking at it, I would be able to turn it into a very, and I mean very small storage room. But if I increase it, I'll not mess with it right now. Just let's focus on getting one room built up. Oh, right. That does remind me. If you guys didn't know, apparently, creep joiners like Twitch here, she is not able to romance normal people. For whatever reason, they've made it that you are not able to date creep joiners. However, creep joiners can date each other. Since it's a storage room, it's not very pretty. I think while it's currently slow season, Ren, you're able to hunt, but you're really bad at it. So we're gonna let's queue up some alpacas so you can use that great bow to start leveling up a little bit. Wow, those worms are really eating his hunger bar. I think one more treatment and he should be free of them. Oh, that's no good. Twitch, I'm going to need you to do your little magic spell on it. Thank you. I really hope Twitch, as a creep joiner, does not betray us. Because having that ability is just so crazy powerful. However, in my experience, anyone with that power ends up betraying you or just leaving. Which, if Twitch ends up leaving, I am perfectly fine with that instead of, betraying us and having sight stealers or something try killing us. It will be sad, of course, but I would much rather prefer that than being killed. Because if it was a colony of like 3 people with Twitch, I think I'd be able to handle it. Maybe I'll turn this into like a bedroom of sorts. So looking at it, you have four there, then 4 here. I could potentially make a doorway here, since it's 6 tiles, so it would be uneven either way. I could potentially make it bedrooms for both of them. Oh, so since they're wielding a knife, they're in a good mood because they're have noble weapons. I've actually never had noble or bad weapons because I've just never really felt the need to enable such settings because I feel like it would really hurt on a like good abilities. Okay. Prioritize building a spike trap. Mining level increased, I could tell, just by how quickly they're mining. Okay, so we got 1 spike trap set up in this entrance. I was hoping to have them all built by now, but it seems like they really don't want to travel all that way. So, what I think I might do is... No. It would be too weird to lay out, given the water. I was thinking about creating a kill trap here, but they can literally just walk on the water since it's thin ice right now. But let's see, if I were to turn this into a bedroom, and turn this into like a one-way hallway, let's just see how it would turn out. If it's a one-person bedroom, you'd put that there. Maybe place a dresser right there. Couch of sorts. Plant pot. Let's say an animal bed. However, it leaves the question of the door. Since it's even, you can't really place it just anywhere, otherwise it kind of looks weird. However, one thing I failed to note is there's a wall here, making it actually even if I do it like that. So, I think we should be good if we turn those into mini living quarters. Mini living quarters, I say, due to the fact that it's not as big as what I'd normally build them. Actually kind of shocked he's not freezing. But yeah, once we have the 2 bedrooms, we'll get rid of the beds in here, and we'll probably make like a special kitchen. So anything in this room might just freeze due to the cold weather. At least that's the hope for it. Okay, he still has his gut worms. Oh, because it requires a total 10 quality of 300. And since he's tending to himself, it's not doing so well. Okay. I thought it was 18 out of 18 points, but realized I was looking at their stomach. Wow, I'm really slow, huh? I think we're doing kind of well, all things considered. Right. Oh, I should probably disallow messing with that corpse. Okay. Oh, the roof wasn't fully built this whole time. Okay, so that's probably why they were freezing during winter quite easily due to the fact there were some holes in the wall ceiling. It probably was Maria, she did not fully build and then, well, she got kidnapped. But there should hopefully be a way of saving her. A group of Yakin have attacked. When you say a group, I expect more than one guy. He would be a good farmer, it looks like. However, otherwise just completely bad. So, Twitch, you mind doing me a little favor when they start attacking? Wait, why is time all slowed down? Oh, it's because he just recently arrived. He's attacking a grizzly bear and just dies. You know, I think I liked him. You go into a town, try making a statement, and dying to a grizzly bear. And you only bruise the grizzly bear. No, you only gave it a crack because you bashed it in the jaw. Otherwise, it's perfectly fine and happy. I can't make this stuff up. But that's why we're playing Rimworld, so it can make it up for me. Alright, allow it to have chunks. We'll ask for those to be hauled outside. I want to say things are going alright, all things considered, for our colony. We are finally building some little bedrooms for our colonists. You know, for winter, I'm shocked I didn't get any hyperthermia notices. From any of these characters. They're both baseliners, right? Yeah, both baseliners. I know for, they want child labor. The animal flock. Which is Twitch. Ren, I know for a fact he has tougher temperatures, so he can deal with tougher temperatures. So it's fine for this terrible weather to be affecting him. But for Twitch, I don't really expect that. We did get a trader in, however. Oh, I forgot about the traps. You know, I think the traps will target caravans as well. Which has me a bit worried. Oh, you're all the way over there? No wonder why you're in a bad mood. Let's see what they got. We can sell some light leather. Oh, right, we got joints. We'll sell those as well. Okay, there's nothing we can really buy, so I guess we won't sell them. Hmm. They have some pemmican. Guess we'll buy 4. and going into work, increase your hunting to number 2, so you will do that more often. Oh, it has long range for a bow. I don't think I've ever seen a bow like that. You know, this chair has lasted a good summer. Well, technically 2 summers, but I really hate how noisy it gets because it's basically made out of wood. Kind of like the base you see being built. Okay, well that's giving him some shooting XP, maybe. Well, it's giving him a little bit, not a good amount. So Twitch is kind of working as our constructor right now. Um, Even though they have one construction, they've been the one doing everything here. Maybe tell him to haul the stone chunks. Okay, no, it only does that one. Who insulted him? Okay, I don't... Okay, it was Twitch who, you know, verbally insulted him. Oh, okay. Twitch insulted Ren's diet. You guys are eating the same food. Yeah, and we still have about so many more days till we can start growing food again. Which does have me worried if he's the only one who's able to hunt. So I might make a short bow to have Twitch be able to hunt. Oh, a sheep joins. Oh, a group of sheep. Oh. Well, I'm very hungry, so... Prioritize slaughter, 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 and slaughter. Right, and like that, we'll have a bedroom fully, well, mostly fully built with the wooden wall. Uh-oh. Ren, why are you all the way down there? Get on the move, Ren. You any good at medical? Oh, you have level 5 medical. Young travelers desire aid. I mean, we have the medical supplies. Well, slightly. Wow, that thing really hurt Ren for the short bit that was kind of my fault due to not stopping it. Fine, we'll give the herbal medicine. But yeah, Twitch has saved us like 2-3 times. That we have the Remnant of Life, which is a light machine gun relic quest, due to the fact that that's our primary ideology for right now. Okay, Tantrum. He's literally starving because he refuses to go out of his tantrum to eat. We got starving gutworm tantrum Ren before we got GTA 6. I don't think Twitch has had a mental break once. However, their ideology, they really hate animals being killed for food. And it lasts a while. Their ideology is kind of crud, if I'm being honest. Alright, her bedroom's almost completely completed. But yeah, we definitely did not have enough food to last winter. Maybe if it was just Ren, but we did take in Twitch. However, Ren also has gut worms, which is been quite an issue, I will say. Okay, you are tending his gut worms, so he might actually be able to get some quality care to get rid of them. Wait a minute. Did he just literally get up while you were trying to tend to him? Ren, you might want to get back. Wait a minute. We won't use the special power on it. We'll, fight it. But it is a gazelle. How could you miss at point blank range? Alright, there we go. Undraft. Twitch is mostly in a very bad mood due to the fact that, well, killing animals and slaughtering animals completely ruins their day due to the fact they have animal personhood. Colonist lending? Okay, this is interesting. For 20 days, we can get rid of one of the colonists for another colonist to join. We could do it for 2 time, which is a cave builder. Which mining skill level 10 sounds really promising. Okay, we'll do it, and we'll send Ren for the quest. Yep, see you, Ren. We'll see you later. It will lower our need for food for a little bit. But it will suck if Twitch ends up being like a traitor. Oh, 2 time joins immediately. Okay, let's take a look at them. So they're part of the Nova faith. They're jealous, misogynistic, and a fast learner. They have enough construction to do a lot of work around here. Alright, so I guess for some reason I thought it was like with the imp quest that they would arrive afterwards, but that doesn't exactly make much sense, so you know. We'll make sure to have him do everything as well. Oh, the reason why he's missing 2 eyes is due to the fact that, Twitch is missing both eyes because he's a creep joiner, which is part of the Anomaly DLC. So, basically, these are anomalous individuals that join, and there's something wrong with them, but you can't tell unless if you let them in. So, for all I know, Twitch could end up betraying us, or the most common outcome is they will leave your colony. They'll thank you for your hospitality and leave. So, Twitch in particular was a cult escapist, which resulted in surgery scars and all that. However, he's blind. Well, she's blind. Anyways. Like, normally, in my experience, only the blind monk is actually, blind, but it seems like for this case, it is not. Alright, I should probably reinstall your bed in there. Queue up that. Toxin clearance. Let's see. Nah, we we don't need a toxic quest line. But yeah, so you so normally you'll get like a blind monk or something like that that they will always be blind. However, in this particular case, it's a cult escapist that's blind. I've almost never seen a blind person that able to turn someone into a pile of twisted meat. But they can, apparently. Twitch has gone insane. Due to being in pain from the gazelle. Who would have thunk it? Am worried about the food situation, I will admit. We're at about half, we're pretty decently through January, July, August. So I will preemptively expand the grow zone. Which means in about 16 days, if I'm counting right, we will officially have survived a year in Rimworld on this difficulty. Oh, he just fell asleep right where he was standing. Why is he sleeping? Is he that tired? No, he isn't. A little confused by that. However, we'll manage, I guess. Twitch is still... Okay, Twitch just got out of the major break. Oh! Oh, Ren apparently healed. I was a little confused why it said Ren, because Ren isn't here with us, but then I realized, right, Ren still technically exists, just we can't see him. Shambler's approach. Right. So hopefully the Shamblers don't become an issue, but if they do, they do, I guess. We're almost completely out of food. The thing is, we wouldn't be low on food if Maria was not kidnapped. However, she was kidnapped. Which does remind me, Two Time here, I believe, is fully capable of building wind turbines. So I believe if we set one up by the water, it does not count towards getting its way blocked. And we can build a little hidden conduit into the base like so. Might need to look up some hydroponics though. Oh, we found compact machinery in the little room that we are building. That'll come in handy, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I see why he keeps on going outside to sleep. Because he doesn't actually have a bedroom. I thought it automatically connected him to Ren's bed for some reason. So dude's just been sleeping on the ground just because he technically doesn't have a bed. Ooh, my bad. I could create like a little grow house, but that would require a sun lamp. Oh shoot, the Shambler was right there. Apparently the Shambler has about 1 day left till it drops dead. Oh, one of the boomaloons. Oh dear. One of the booms decided to... Okay, well, that explains an error with our defenses with the freaking animals. Maybe I could... I don't know. Okay, now I think it's coming straight for us. Since there's no defenses stopping it. Okay, it looks like there's some berry bushes we can get some food out of. Okay, we got Manhunter pack of crows. Hmm. Okay, so the... Not again! Stop blowing up. I didn't even have a spike there. But it seems like the crows went after the Shambler. Oh, the Shambler was made aware. Twitch, I need you to get there. We almost outlasted his lifetime of 22 hours. Apparently he was a sole survivor and a loner. Such a sad fate for him. Now we got some more twisted meat out of a body that was already rotting. Don't ask about the health, how harmful it is to the health. Alright, the rooms are now dull, I think they'll both be. Okay, well, almost for Twitches. Maybe I'll reinstall it in here. Okay, it's a decent room. So, the hope for this is if we keep Twitch happy enough, maybe their little event thing, they will, Wait, Void Catharsis? Oh, right. Since they are a Void enthusiast, they like going crazy. I wonder if we keep their mood enough, if they'll just become like they won't betray us, is what I'm hoping for. Okay, go into research. And looking at it, we can research hydroponics right from the get-go. That or fishing. Fishing's not that big compared to hydroponics, so I think we'll go with that temporarily. Besides the food issue, which we've, for the most part, have under a little bit of okay-ish. The one issue with being stuck in one place compared to our graph ship runs is we are running out of resources relatively easily. However, I do enjoy the basins. Maybe if we do another graph ship run, graph ship start run, we will maybe make our home, our like base in a basin. Because this basin actually turned out quite well in compared to the other days. And soon the forced weather will be ending. The forced weather's actually kind of made it quite nice out compared to normal winter weather, I believe. Oh, don't you dare, you boom-a-loom. They're doing it. Twitch, no. They're basically giving us free food at this point. Every time an animal steps on the traps, sure, they break. However, we are gaining food every time. You know, I think one of the biggest types of bases I've done, it's almost always caves, like mountain bases. Back before Odyssey, I was so obsessed with building into mountains because it was the closest thing to being underground. Now, with Rimworld Odyssey, they have the bunker complexes that kind of work as their own bunker maps. I'm curious of actually building a base there. Okay, the meat rotted away. Okay, I think I'm gonna turn off that one and turn this one on. Because maybe then it'll cool off. However, that's keeping the current base all cool, heated up, I mean. So I'm curious in how that's gonna work out. Okay, we'll queue up the compact steel there. Alright, most of the meat has rotted away due to the fact that it's hot in the cooking location. But maybe I can raise the cooking requirements to basically 2 queues of cooking. We have about 2 days worth of food. And about 6 full bars worth of food. 5, I mean now. Okay. So it seems Ren has been gone for almost only 7 days. Which means we're not even halfway done through getting him back. Oh, hello, Pond Turtle. So Twitch is a creep joiner. So if you don't know what a creep joiner is, they're from the Rimworld. What's the DLC's name? Anomaly. Anomaly. So they are actually a cult escapists. So they actually join the colony without their eyes. So they're just kind of blind, I guess, right now. We finally got a trader. Oh, since I built a base over there, they're thinking we are over there. Yeah, since they're a creep joiner. Cult escapists, they usually have something wrong with their body, some eyes or scars or something. I've never actually seen them missing um, body parts like eyes before. So it's definitely something that I find interesting right now. They don't really have much meat. Well, that won't expire basically right away. Oh! It could potentially be your settings. Because I do know Anomaly, there are certain settings before you start a game. Default settings, the ones, I don't touch my settings. However, I do know that they're very rare compared to normal colonists, but they have this whole page and it tells their superpower and blah blah. Um, I get them every run we've had. Twitch is the first one of the naked brutality run. Kind of fascinated by it, but basically there's many different types of creep joiners. This one just has the ability to instantly turn someone into a bunch of twisted meat. But I believe some settings will cause it that they can only activate if you activate the monolith. I could be wrong on that though. Okay, I'm gonna buy some meat since I can't afford a lot actually. Oh, really? Yeah, this run, it's been kind of a doozy. So, I'm playing commitment mode, so I cannot save and reload. But basically, they died to two guinea pigs, our main character. However, I went to the main menu when I meant to wait till the Wanderers could come in. Turns out she survived because it saved the day before the Manhunters. I don't know. I didn't know it could do that on commitment mode, but it did. Yeah. Last time I streamed Naked Brutality, the run I lost to a tiger killing both of the colonists. But this stream, they managed, since it, I guess it gave me a second chance and I took it. She ended up doing pretty well. However, there was a quest for Ren, which is the third colonist, but he's currently on a quest right now. She got kidnapped, and Ren is a terrible pawn, so it was definitely not worth a trade-off. So we currently have 3 colonists, but we're running out of food. However, winter is getting close to being over. Because spring starts in September. And this was kind of like an open space, like ruins, but we repurposed it into like a little bit of a... Oh. Okay, we're being raided by an impid. Okay. Well, I think this will be a prime example to show you what will happen with a creep joiner. So I'm gonna show you. So we have this raider here. Apparently they already got hurt. How did they get hurt? Did they attack something on the way in? I don't know. But this person's special ability is combat. It has a cooldown of 1 day, but it can turn a biological enemy into a dead basically instantly. So getting up close and personal, I'm going to use it on Thorix right here. Just completely blown up. It's kind of evil just doing it. But thank you for the follow, Lil Pond. But yeah, so the thing with creep joiners is there's usually always a downside to having such colonists. Like, I have no idea whether or not Twitch is going to betray me and have sightseers appear out of nowhere and try killing me, for example. I'm just kind of hoping that's not the case. Like, sometimes they will have a downside that every few days they'll scream at the top of their lungs, causing everyone to be in severe pain. However, they won't betray you. And then there's some that will betray you. And then there's some that the most common outcome is they'll be like, "Hey, thanks for the hospitality, but I'm leaving. Thank you for everything." Oh, we have no wood because our main woodcutter's gone. Which one of you is better at plants? Okay, so it's definitely you. Maybe. Like I said, there's usually always it's like a too good to be true kind of deal. So, like Twitch, she can instant kill anything that's biological, turning it into meat that you can cook, I think. There are better ones. Like there is a colonist that I got last game. She was completely she did not need to eat, sleep, or anything. All her only need was recreation. So she was always up all the time. And then you have basically the deal maker, which is usually one that is very high in social. Another raid. But yeah, so yeah, it just depends. Like you never know if they're going to betray you or not till they actually betray you. That's the only downside to it. So if they don't betray you, you've gotten a very powerful colonist. But if they do betray you, well, you don't really have a powerful colonist. Like, I mean, you can make them drop their weapons, but for some of the abilities, if they decide to betray you, are it does and one of them is that they turn hostile on you and they summon sightseer stealers. I don't know if you've ever dealt with those in the Anomaly DLC, but basically they turn invisible until they are right up close and personal and attack you. So it's kind, and then there's yeah, Twitch definitely looks like someone without any eyes and whatnot, like kind of like a doll. Hmm. Yeah, exactly. Major break? Why? Oh, shoot, they destroyed your toe. But yeah, so with creep joiners, I usually let them always join, because sometimes they can turn immediately hostile on you. Like, there was one that I got last game. Like I said, they did not have any needs whatsoever. However, their special ability was, unfortunately, they developed a brain eating like disease, and the only thing you could do to save it was using advanced late game tech you would have to loot or buy. And well, they basically became useless because the brain thing basically made it they could not do anything but animal stuff. They couldn't even haul. However, they had no needs, so I let them be. But yeah, two colonists and one kid's a pretty okay slash good starting point. Because kids are like the best colonists you can get in a Rimworld. Well, if you age them up in that, giving them high learning in that, they become really good. I think we'll make a freezer here. Make this potentially like a kitchen. Or wait. So I think I'll make a little freezer here and have a little kitchen here. However, it requires having trees, which they seemingly are not dealing with. Hmm. Where is Twitch? Oh, they're mining the steel vein over here. Because we finally got a wind turbine, we're going to try getting some power up and running. We're like 8 days till we have officially lasted a year since game start. I think once we get to a year, we might call it for the day. Due to the fact we've been streaming 3 hours and 20 minutes. Usually we stop around, well, I mean, as of late, if it's not Rimworld, I tend to stop streaming like an hour to 2 hours, but since it's Rimworld, it's usually 3 or 4 hours, depending on my mood. Because Rimworld's just one of those games, it's kind of easy just to chill back and relax while playing. I think I'm going to change it to fishing though. That way we can still get food. It almost feels like, yeah, the weather's definitely heating back up. Which means getting a cooler setup is really important now. Hmm. Maybe I'll hold off on this. And instead use the wood to do this. And click like there. Then temperature AC. Yeah. I mean, Rimworld is definitely a game that I've enjoyed. Like, I bought. Oh dear. I bought the game, I would have to say. I don't remember, but it was one of the first games I started streaming on Twitch. So, probably around Christmas time or before, slightly before. So, I bought all the DLCs right from the get-go. Costed a pretty penny, because even though they were on sale, I only saved like 10-20 bucks, I believe. But it's definitely an enjoyable game, especially that it's relatively easily modified and modded. I haven't gotten into the mods because I'm currently enjoying just the vanilla game, and once I start modding, there's no stopping me. I would know that for Hearts of Iron, Victoria 3, and whatnot. Just crazy on the mods. Oh, really? I've never actually heard of Hygiene Mod. But it's pretty self explanatory of my not if I'm understanding correctly. It just basically means you have to bathe your colonists and whatnot. Okay, we still got a few days till grow season is. Like, when it comes to Rimworld, I think I might have accidentally like made my brain only want to play it if I'm streaming, because it's like it's a very you chaotic game, so it makes for a great streaming game. Although for sometimes you're just kind of chilling out doing nothing. Okay, it seems the rice is able to be grown again, so we're going to expand the zone as much as we can. Why am I getting random Snapchat stories? We'll expand it. Eh, here's would be a good area. The reason I'm doing it on the bright yellow, light bright green is because it's fertile, so it grows 40% quicker because the growth rate's 140%. And since it's rice, it will grow within 3-ish days, 6-ish days. I wonder, Twitch, can you turn dead bodies into food? No, you cannot. Yeah, no, they cannot. Unfortunate. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to butcher up this guy right here. Okay, it does not work. I mean, you already had a mental breakdown. What's the point in taking a little bite out of the raider? Oh yeah, I've heard of that before. The tilling soil. I was thinking about that mod, but I decided against it due to the fact that it's just, for me, it's a little like it could work a little too well. It's so cold out, the meat just turned frozen. But yeah, like Rimworld has so many mods that change the game, and some small, like tilling soil and whatnot. And then you have complete overhauls. For me, I was interested in like the storage mods, the ones that make it that you can store more stuff in a smaller area. Like there was one in particular that it basically would create like a small tile, maybe like 3 by 3, and it can store like a couple hundred like stacks of something for your grav ship, which makes sense because the grav ships, well, require a lot. Oh, I see. Looking at all the bushes, there's nothing to eat here besides animals, which has me a little worried since we have no. Oh, no, no, wait, I think we do have a bow. However, Twitch cannot hunt because it would make them mad. Oh no! That's not good at all. Yeah, I was hoping to get a Man in Black um this game, but I never did when everything disappeared. But of my knowledge, the Man in Black's like a good colonist overall for rebuilding. Alright, Twitch has gone insane again. For most of my games, I never experienced the Men in Black, mainly because if he pops up, I consider it a game over. However, I've been trying to get in the right mindset of it's okay for accidents to happen. Oh dear. Having a huge fire is not fun whatsoever. Six more days till Ren comes back. Yeah, last game, I literally got early on a mech resurrector serum, which can actually bring someone back from the dead. And one of my original colonists died. I loved my colonist a little too much, so I was like, I used it on him. Mind you, he wasn't good at anything really. He was just one of the original colonists that I felt connected to, so I used it. Yeah, it's really, and I mean really rare to get. You can't build it, however, it's called a mech resurrector serum. It can be used on someone who died to bring them back to life. However, the longer they've been dead, they will come back with flaws or disabilities. However, since the guy literally just died, he came back normal. So you if someone dies and you want to bring them back eventually, I would say throw them in a cryo casket because I believe that prevents decay of the body. So he'll come back relatively normal. We have a bulk trader coming in. We'll probably use it to buy food. Yeah. We don't have much stuff to offer them, unfortunately. We can sell our cloth, and then we could buy... Wrong button. Wrong button. Okay, no, it's not shift, but is it control? Yeah. We'll buy 60 pemmican. Sure, we'll lose a little bit of money, but we'll have enough food, hopefully. Twitch, haul that inside. I don't trust their birds. I literally paid for this food and you guys are just eating it. So ungrateful, traders. Oh, we have another forced weather event. A blind fog for 18 days? You know, I don't know what a blind fog is. However, if I accept it, I could get a lot of glittered world medicine. However, overall, not really good quality stuff. So we'll cancel it. And we'll finally complete this room to be the freezer. And if any crows in it, well, they'll get hypothermia and be fed to us. Because I don't like, spending a lot of my money and then, like, a large amount of the food just being eaten. Oh no. Uh, when it comes to kill boxes, I've heard building them out of stone is usually the best because stone can't really be caught on fire, at least to the point that steel and wood can. Because steel is, a lot of people like to say, it's basically stone. It's basically wood, but non-renewable. Yeah, it really is. That's why the walls are made of wood here, but eventually I do want to replace them. What do you mean by isn't it? I mean, if you're referring to getting stone blocks, it is relatively difficult to get a large amount early on in game. What I normally do is there's a bunch of ruins usually around the map. If they're made with bricks, I usually dismantle them. It also levels up construction, so if you're trying to level up construction with someone, it makes it really nice. Right. Cooler has been completed. Unfortunately, that crow is still trapped in there, and as such, it will continue using up our food. Unless if it develops hypothermia, which that room is relatively cold, to say the least. If it's under 14 Fahrenheit, it should start developing hypothermia, like I said. This is what you get by eating my pemmican after I purchased it. The temp went back to comfortable weather for them because of the wind turbine not working. Such a shame. However, good news is some of the rice is already almost at 90% grown, which means we will be potentially in a comfortable zone for food. Wow, literally just ate the whole person. Alright, we have some visitors. They seem to have some items to trade. Let's see what they got. Hopefully they have some food. Because all my pemmican is gone. They don't. Oh, they have package survival. However, they it's so expensive. Hmm. Okay, let's go up to a predator and turn it into twisted meat. Okay. Not having luck finding a predator besides a grizzly bear. That bear did nothing wrong, by the way. I just needed the food, and I would have felt bad about killing some random animal I could just hunt normally. Yeah, for me as well. If I get raided, it's probably going to be all over. Because the spike traps aren't active whatsoever. Oh, we actually have some rice to already being harvested. 2 time is gonna go into a mental break probably. If he can wait till after he's planted all the rice, that'd be amazing. Cargo pods. Oh, the cargo pods are not containing skulls this time. That's such a big improvement after the 3 cargo pod events just being like 50 skulls or something like that. Oh, the crow's dead because I froze it. I'm kind of shocked by Twitch not doing something. Usually, a creep joiner will already kind of go a little bit crazy. However, they have not yet. A little fascinated by that. Wait, okay, so he is part of an alliance, so turning him into food. Yeah. As long as Twitch doesn't betray me, I'm pretty happy. If they end up leaving, well, I'll be disappointed. However, it's a lot better than the alternative. They betray us and start killing us. Okay, harvest of rice should be done soon. They're almost all at 90%, the ones in this area. And then we are going to start, you know, kind of making the place look like an actual nice base by getting rid of some more of the walls, probably. But with that, we have reached day 60. Hmm. So we've officially survived a year since we started over 3 hours ago, almost 4 hours ago. So, what I'm thinking is we'll end stream for today. I should be live around the same time tomorrow, which at my time is probably 12. However, since I don't have a set start time, I might be a little later, or if something pops up, I might not even stream. But most likely I will stream due to the fact that it's one of my off days. Oh, nice. That's pretty good to last till day 70. One thing I will say, Turtle, since you do have the DLC, when you're starting a new colony, one thing to keep note, if you want like a relatively nice base like this, quote unquote on the nice part, but the reason why there's like mountains and then there's a few entryways with a lake is when you are on the world map, click the hotkey /Z for the search bar and look up basin, and it will show any basin on the world. And most basins usually have like one, two, or three entryways, but otherwise they'll always have a little river, well, lake, and then mountain range. Pretty good, I will say, for a colony. Okay, well, with that, let's save and quit. Okay, it better have saved. Yep, the Eastern Basin. Whatchamadog? Yeah, have a great day, Turtle. I am going to turn this off and then click raid. Since, let's see. Where is my friend? Oh, I guess they're not live anymore. Huh. Oh, I should probably change it to that. Yeah. Alright, well, it seems like the person we were planning on raiding, they, I guess, ended like 40 minutes ago or so. So, with that, I will see you guys in the next stream, which should hopefully be roughly around the same time that I started today. So, probably like 4 hours ago, roughly. And we will continue off on the same playthrough that we've been playing. With that, have a great day